Hi, I am Carol Palombini, psychologist, executive coach, and human resources consultant. And this is the story about how I ended up loving what I do and finding balance between my career and my personal life. When I graduated from university, my dream was to become a clinical psychologist and work as a therapist. I figured my career was going to go as smoothly as my academic years when I thrived for being a good student. But things were harder than I thought. I was having trouble finding enough clients to support my costs with supervision, office, and therapy. My technical skills were not taking me as far as they did during my academic years. But I couldn't see that at the time. I just thought I wasn't trying enough. I took a job as an English teacher to support my costs and kept investing in the therapy practice, mainly taking courses. I had just opened my own office when I got pregnant. As I became a mother, my perspective and priorities changed. I wanted to spend time with her, quality time, so I urgently needed more stability and a higher income, but I still wouldn't give up the dream. I felt as if I was failing. That was taking a toll on my health. I was exhausted, burning out working as a teacher and a therapist and also taking care of a 1-year-old baby girl. I wanted to enjoy my motherhood. I wanted things to go smoothly, but I couldn't see the light at the end of the tunnel. I knew I had to make some changes, but I didn't know where to start. It all seemed very complicated and impossible to do. I figured I had to act on the things I had control at the moment, things that only depended on me, my physical and mental health. So I started to run every day for 50 minutes. I would wake up at 6 a.m. and go to the beach in Rio de Janeiro to get my day started. That was also when I got back to meditating. Paying attention to my health cleared my vision to new possibilities and made me see I had some blind spots that were getting in the way of having a more structured career. It was amazing the effect that exercise can have on you. While I was running, I had ideas and started to look at my own situation from a different viewpoint. I was able to take a distance and get a better understanding of the choices I had been making. Sometime later, while I was talking to my brother about my career struggles, he told me something that was a game changer for me. He told me, Carolina, don't you think this clinical practice dream has become a bag too heavy to carry? Why don't you consider taking a job in human resources? It was not the first time someone gave me this idea, but before I cleared my head, I considered it to be lack of faith in my competency. I had a limiting belief that I would only be happy if I were a therapist. But I was already working with training and workshops in schools, and I was loving it. How could I have not seen that? I think I only accepted this idea this time because I realized that I was getting on my own way. I had choices. I was so focused on the clinical practice that I couldn't even see that there were other directions I could go that would make me happier, that would fulfill my career pillars and allow me to be the mother I wanted to be. That was when I decided to try a job in HR, and I fell in love with the role. As a human resources professional, I could work with different people, use my communication skills, work on people development, and I found out that I love management and leadership. After that, I always try to find my biases, blind spots, and act on things I actually have control over. Every time I feel stressed and out of my center of balance, I take a break. Instead of putting in more effort and more hours, I stop, I exercise, I practice yoga, or do a few minutes of meditation to center myself. I learned that what got me here won't necessarily get me where I want to go next. I have many skills I can use according to the scenario I find. Change is the only permanent thing in life, so we must be agile to adapt, and that is only possible when we know ourselves. That mindset made it easier to make a second career change when I decided to become a coach and consultant. My life had changed. I was already 38 years old. My daughter was a teenager, and I had a solid background in human resources, so I could afford a less stable income and invest in my own business. I found the morning routine of exercise and meditation to work very well for me, but I don't see this as a formula. The most important message I want to leave here is that you need to invest in self-awareness and find what limiting beliefs and emotional triggers you have that are getting in your own way. Once you accept them, you can look for resources you can use whenever life gets tougher. Make a list of things that make you calmer, more centered. Reading, riding a bike, spending time with your pets, being in the nature, taking 20 minutes of tea time are some ideas that I also find very helpful. I hope my story helps you find more balance and well-being. Try to dedicate some time to your physical and mental health, and you will see that it not only will improve your quality of life, but also will make you more productive and alert. Thank you for your attention.